Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel on a glorious late November late morning. It's about 11:30 and Chris and I have come down to our local beach at Brean. We haven't been here for a few weeks and it's just a couple of days after that horrendous storm Bert visited us. But today is lovely, there's hardly any wind, not a cloud in the sky. And as usual, we're digging our own bait on the beach. There's plenty of lug here on Brean. We've got a bit of squid as well, so we'll be fishing lug on its own or lug squid cocktails in the hope of an early cod, or a cod. I mean, in some years we start catching them in sort of mid-October, but recently they've been very scarce. But the sea conditions look perfect. I don't know if you can see from this distance, but it'll be more apparent when we get down there, but it's a lovely wave out there. And the only drawback today is it's a pretty neapy tide. It's a 9.5 metre on the Western Supermare scale. It's not as high as you'd like it. Here it's anything between about 10.5 and 11.5 is ideal. And we'll fish for the last 3 hours of the flood. So Chris is doing his best to get us some nice juicy lug. We're quite deep down on the beach today. Anyway, fingers crossed that we have a few fish today. It would be nice to get a codling, but there's plenty of thornback out and the usual congers and whiting. I'll join you in a minute. Right, bait collected. So on the near rod, the pen, I've got a 3-foot pulley with about 8 lug on there. Size 1 Varavas Saltwater Champions, and on the HPB I've got a 3-hook flapper with about 4 lug on each, tipped with a bit of squid. And it's time to get out. It looks absolutely glorious. Alright, first cast. Lovely waves out there today. I'm not going to put the grip in on the first cast. Not a big lateral tide anyway, and the mud can bury your lead and I find it hard to get back out if you do it on the first cast especially. So not too far, just a gentle lob's all that's needed. There could still be some bass fairly close. That's all that's needed, just move it. Walk it back to the rods, and I'm sure you have seen a couple of videos I've done from here before, and because the tide comes racing in even on a neapy tide, it's pointless setting up right by the water's edge or you'll just be constantly walking back. So we tend to set up, certainly initially when the tide's moving really quickly, set up about 100 yards back from the tide line. It'll be with us in about 10-15 minutes anyway, and then as the tide slows you don't need to walk back quite as far. Obviously bite detection isn't always easy when you've a lot of your lines laying on the beach, but if you tighten down gently to it you either get slack line or everything generally, if a fish takes it, moves off towards Brean down over there. That's the idea. And obviously if it's a really big fish, the rod goes right over. Right, that looks nice. That's one out. We'll get the other one out now. Right, this one's got the pulley on with the bigger bait. I don't know how much effect all this rain from Storm Bert will have on the fishing, because obviously way up there is the mouth of the Bristol Channel, and obviously you got the pouring of the fresh water from the Severn and the Wye. We will see. Just a nice day to be out, and there's two anglers there and one to my right. Come on, fish. A nice early fish would be great, wouldn't it?
Maybe at the top of the tide when we haven't wound in. We might get a conger.
I think anything's possible today, really. Not like the good old days though, with half a dozen fat cod a tide.
No. Including 5-pounders.
Yep.
Long gone.
We haven't had a double off this beach for what, 10 years?
2013, November 2013.
I think I had one in 2016, but yeah, it's a long time ago.
And they're out there, the odd one. Something's finding the back. It's small. Got to be in it to win it.
Well, there you go, within 15-20 minutes the tide's with us, time to move back a bit. It does look very, very fishy. No.
They're having a rumble. Usually it has a rumble when there's a fish on.
It certainly looked fishy, didn't it? I'll put it. Let's pop it back for a minute. I'm sometimes guilty on these beaches of just being a bit too quick with them. I'm going to have it in, aren't I? Nothing there. It's a bit annoying. It looked like it might have been a reasonable fish when it didn't give me that slack. Whatever it was, it didn't want to know though, did it?
Pull down.
Something's had a go, but that's a nice bait. Come on then. Well, that was a bit annoying. It looked like that bite was going to develop into something, but gave me about 2 or 3 yards of slack and then nothing. It took the squid and left the worm. Right, let's get this one out. That's beautiful looking tide. Just how you want it.
Driving through that much water in Bradford down the bridge and up the hill.
Yeah.
And there's a policeman waving us on saying, check your brakes.
No, it looked awful. I mean, I think the thing was that they knew it was going to rain, didn't they? But they didn't anticipate quite that much. I mean, 6 to 8 inches of rain in some areas.
Yeah.
I mean, rivers can't cope with that, can they? I don't think you could do anything.
36 hours it was. 36 hours for a month's worth of rain.
Yeah.
We normally expect 160 inches, 160 centimetres in November. It was 190 in Wales just in the 36 hours.
Yeah. I think whatever flood defences you put in is going to be hard pressed to cope with that, isn't it?
Can't.
Yeah, that English squid is much thicker and more rubbery and than that other stuff. That's not an air sea rescue, is it? Whiting? Oh, right. Didn't see a bite, you're just pulling it in. Oh, definitely a fish. It's a bass, I think, yeah. It's a nice looking bass, Chris.
Yeah. Very good.
Do you want to hold him up? Yeah, nice. Well done. And away. Oh well, not a blank.
Not a blank. No, very good.
Didn't even know he was on there.
I knew he was on.
No, but when you...
No, I didn't see the bite.
No.
Then that's the thing, isn't it? He's got an out corner.
You're getting a bit low on line on this one.
Getting low, yeah.
It's alright. You should be alright to high, actually.
Fine.
There you go, mate.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Well, that was nice. A November bass. There's still plenty about. Really like is an early codling. But Just not around in any numbers at the moment. Yeah. I don't think there's going to be many cod off this beach this winter.
No.
You can normally tell by early November.
Another thing is, people ain't fishing worm baits.
No, they're not.
The match the other day, the guys fishing the matches, I mean, I don't fish them, but they're all taking fish baits. So, you know, I know cod take fish baits, but you know yourself, you got lug on.
Yep.
If there's
well, they're targeting the rays and the conger, aren't they, in the matches?
Yeah, but you know, people are not using lug, so if they ain't using it, how do they get to know?
Yeah.
I mean,
well, you know that me and Chris fish almost exclusively lug here, really.
Yeah. You know, they seem to think they're all big cod or say, come on squid, and they don't.
No, back in the day, you come down on a tide like this, you'd think, well, this time of year, you're gonna have cod.
A lot of seasons now, by now, down the lighthouse, September, October, I'd probably be up 30, 40 codling off there.
Yeah.
In just that month and a half, 2 months.
Yeah.
With a couple of 10-pounders in them.
Not anymore though. I mean, in the matches, there have been no codling caught.
No.
None.
No. I've seen the tyres matches. It's all skate and ray and conger and the odd whiting in it.
Yeah. No codling.
No. Your mate, your other side of you hasn't had anything either? No?
Hey?
He hasn't had anything to...
No, he's in blacks.
See, I don't think that works here. Mind you, not a lot does.
No, not a lot does it, though.
No. I think blow lug are better.
Yeah, it seems to be good. I mean, if you're conveying about, I love it. I have a lot more confidence right at the start than I do now.
Yes, yeah, so do I.
When it's on that mud, I like it on the mud.
Yeah.
I don't know why, I've always seem to get fish on the mud.
Well, yeah, first cast.
Yeah.
If you can get just this side of the sort of the peat ledges.
Yeah. That's the same up there. I had some nice sole up there, but that peat ledge up there the other year.
Yeah.
Getting there, I was just placing it in amongst the things and just leaving them walking back.
Yeah. Well, there used to be where the stakes are. At the end of the stakes, it's not there now, but about 6, 7, 8 years ago, there was a little gully right on the end of the stakes, just the far side of them. It only went down about 6 inches a foot, and we used to walk down there, and we used to just drop a bait in it, and you'd virtually guarantee a fish in it.
Anything that's a bit out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Anything.
And then years and years ago, where when you can drive on, about sort of 400 yards out, there used to be like a plateau of sand, and it was always dry. So it was like a little raise there, about the size of a tennis court, maybe a bit bigger. And that was always, you wanted a bait on there as well. It's just minuscule changes in the beach, isn't it? And that's what gets the fish.
Well, I suppose stuff gets washed into it, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Deeper, something gets washed into it.
Yeah.
Oh, and I saw a seal. I'll show you the video of that seal.
What, on Chesil?
On Chesil. Struggling with a ray.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you get a video of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen them on there. They've come right into the surf, right where I've been fishing. Oh, bloody, there's a bloody seal here.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah.
Bloody great ray it was.
Amazing what I pick up then, isn't it? Tell my mate up
Well, I
there.
think it was a ray. I don't know. It's not a big place or turbot, is it?
No, probably a smallish ray, I should have thought. You're better fishing than we are, aren't you?
He wasn't far out. It was only 30 yards out.
Well, the weather is glorious, the sea is glorious, but the fishing is slow. But it is nice to be out, and it's not 30-mile-an-hour winds and rain, I have to say. Still got an hour of the tide to high to go. Well, that's about it. High tide and a lovely day weather-wise, but the fishing has been poor. There you go. Chris and I are off to Chesil on Friday, so hopefully things will improve. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you again soon. Take care everybody, cheers.